Just imagine a sunny Sunday morning in Los Angeles. It's April 20th, 2025. Palm trees are swaying, birds are singing, and honestly, the smell of fresh-baked croissants is just floating through the air. The Parkers are all gathered around their kitchen table. The kitchen is really buzzing right now, coffee is brewing, and well, the Parkers are about to have a family meeting. But this isn't your typical who ate the last cookie kind of meeting. Nope, this one actually involves a top-secret plan. Meet the Parkers. On the surface, they might seem like your typical suburban family, but there's so much more to their story than meets the eye. Their home is always filled with laughter, warmth, and the comforting aroma of Susan's famous chocolate chip cookies. The Parkers are the kind of family who greet their neighbors with a smile, help out at community events, and always make time for each other, no matter how busy life gets. First up, there's John, the dad. He's a graphic designer who works from a cozy corner of their home, surrounded by sketches, color swatches, and a never-ending supply of coffee. John is creative and kind, always with a smile and a joke. He's the one who can turn even the most ordinary day into an adventure, whether it's building a cardboard rocket ship with Emily or surprising Susan with a homemade dinner. His creativity isn't just his job, it's the way he approaches life, always finding new ways to bring joy to his family. Next, we have Susan, the mom. She's a dedicated elementary school teacher, and honestly, her passion is working with kids. Susan is the heart of the family, the one who keeps everyone grounded and makes sure the house feels like a true home. She's patient, nurturing, and always ready with a listening ear or a comforting hug. Whether she's helping Emily with a tricky math problem or organizing a school play, Susan's energy and love seem endless. Her students adore her, and so does her family. Then there's their daughter, Emily, who's 16. She's a total tech whiz and absolutely loves coding. Emily spends hours tinkering with computers, building apps, and dreaming up new ways technology can make life better. She's curious, determined, and always eager to learn something new. Her room is filled with gadgets, coding books, and sticky notes with ideas for her next big project. Emily's enthusiasm is infectious, and she's always ready to help her parents navigate the latest tech trends. The Parkers are a tight-knit bunch. They laugh together, they cry together, and wow, do they know how to pull a prank? Family game nights are legendary in their house, filled with friendly competition and lots of inside jokes. They support each other through thick and thin, celebrating every little victory and lifting each other up during tough times. Their bond is strong, built on trust, love, and a shared sense of humor that gets them through just about anything. But lately, things just haven't been easy. John's design business is struggling, and the steady stream of clients he once relied on has slowed to a trickle. Bills are piling up on the kitchen counter, and the stress is starting to show. Susan tries to stay positive, but she worries about how they'll make ends meet. Emily senses the tension too, and wishes she could do more to help. The Parkers are facing a real financial crunch, and for the first time their future feels uncertain. Yet even in the face of these challenges, their love for each other remains unshaken. They know that together they can weather any storm. Times are tough. The air in the house feels heavy, as if every sigh and every worried glance adds another invisible weight to the room. The family sits together, but the silence between them speaks volumes. Bills pile up on the kitchen counter, and the once cheerful chatter has been replaced by hushed conversations and anxious looks. John's freelance work has pretty much dried up. He spends hours at his desk, staring at an empty inbox, hoping for a new project or a client email that never comes. Each day he grows more restless, feeling the pressure of being unable to provide for his family the way he used to. The uncertainty gnaws at him, making it hard to sleep at night. Susan's teaching salary just isn't enough. She grades papers late into the night, her eyes tired from both the work and the worry. She tries to stretch every dollar, but the numbers never seem to add up. The cost of groceries, utilities, and Emily's school supplies all seem to rise, while her paycheck stays the same. They've cut back on everything. No more fancy dinners, no more weekend trips. The family now eats simple meals, and the dining table feels emptier without the laughter and stories that used to fill the room. Vacations are a distant memory, and even small treats are now considered luxuries. Credit cards are tucked away, only to be used in emergencies. The pressure is really mounting. John is worried, Susan is stressed. Tension sometimes boils over into arguments about money, about what to cut next, about how long they can keep going like this. The stress is palpable, and it's starting to take a toll on everyone. Even Emily can sense that something is wrong. She watches her parents with wide, worried eyes, picking up on the tension even when they try to hide it. She asks fewer questions, trying not to add to their burden, but her silence is just another reminder of how much things have changed. One evening, John is flipping through the news, searching for a distraction from his worries. The glow of the television is the only light in the room, and the quiet hum of the news anchors fills the silence. He sees a story about a local bakery, Le Delice, that was robbed. The news anchor describes how the thieves broke in late at night, making off with the bakery's earnings. The story is shocking, but it also captures John's attention in a way he didn't expect. The thieves got away with a small fortune. Police are still investigating, but so far there are no leads. The bakery's owner looks devastated and the community is in shock. John can't help but wonder what it would be like to have that kind of money, enough to pay off their debts, enough to breathe easy for once. John jokes, "Maybe we should pull off a heist." Everyone laughs, the tension breaking for just a moment. It's a silly thought, a way to lighten the mood. But for a brief second, the family feels connected again, sharing a rare moment of levity. But, a seed is planted. As the laughter fades and the night grows quiet, John finds himself thinking about that news story. The idea lingers in the back of his mind, impossible to ignore. Sometimes, hope comes from the most unexpected places, even if it starts as nothing more than a joke. The next morning, sunlight streams through the kitchen window as John sits at the table, a mug of coffee by his side. He's not just doodling for fun, he's deep in thought, his pencil moving quickly across the paper. The house is quiet except for the soft scratch of graphite. John's mind is racing with possibilities, and every line he draws brings his wild idea closer to reality. But these aren't just any sketches. John is meticulously drafting blueprints, detailed floor plans of Le Delice, the town's beloved bakery. He's mapping out every corner, every exit, every possible hiding spot. He's not an architect, but his determination is clear. This is the foundation of something much bigger than a simple drawing. Later, John gathers his family around the kitchen table. He lays out his blueprints and, with a spark in his eye, shares his outrageous plan. He tells them about his idea for a fake heist, a staged robbery, not to steal, but to teach the bakery a lesson about their lax security. The family listens, first in disbelief, then with growing excitement as John explains how it could work. The plan is bold, maybe even a little crazy. But John's enthusiasm is infectious. He explains that by staging a robbery, they can help the bakery realize how vulnerable they are, and maybe, just maybe, earn a reward for their efforts. The family starts brainstorming, tossing around ideas, laughing nervously at the absurdity of it all. Operation Donut is born right there, between sips of coffee and bursts of laughter. They give their mission a name, Operation Donut. It's official. The family high-fives, energized by the thrill of their secret project. They know it won't be easy, but the challenge only makes it more exciting. Each member of the family is assigned a role, and the kitchen transforms into their headquarters. Emily, the tech genius of the family, is put in charge of disabling the bakery's security cameras. She's already researching surveillance systems, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she pulls up schematics and tutorials. She's determined to make sure their heist goes undetected, at least by the cameras. Meanwhile, the rest of the family starts gathering props and costumes. They know that every detail matters, from disguises to getaway plans. The kitchen table is soon covered in hats, masks, and walkie-talkies, each item carefully chosen for their roles in the operation. John, ever the artist, volunteers to create a diversion. He'll set up a street performance right outside Le Delice, drawing a crowd and distracting anyone who might notice the rest of the family in action. He practices his routine, perfecting every move, determined to make the act as convincing as possible. Susan, who once starred in her college drama club, is assigned the role of lookout. She takes her job seriously, practicing her best inconspicuous poses and learning how to use the walkie-talkie. She's ready to alert the team at the first sign of trouble. Together, they plan every step, every contingency. They pore over maps, mark escape routes, and rehearse their roles late into the night. The plan is set. Operation Donut is ready to roll, and the family is more united and excited than ever before. It's Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Butterflies are fluttering in their stomachs. They arrive at Le Delice. The aroma of fresh bread fills the air. John, dressed as a mime, starts his act. Emily sneaks into the back alley, her fingers flying across her phone screen. Susan keeps an eye out, her heart pounding. Everything is going according to plan. Too smoothly. Suddenly, police sirens pierce the air. John freezes mid-pose. Emily's phone slips from her grasp. Susan's jaw drops. They're surrounded. Confused, they're taken to the police station. It turns out the bakery owner, Mr. Dubois, had set them up. The previous robbery was an insurance scam. He'd heard John's joke and decided to use them. He planted fake security footage and tipped off the police. The Parkers, horrified, realize they've been played. Mr. Dubois is arrested. The Parkers are free to go, but shaken. The Parkers learned a valuable lesson that day. Crime doesn't pay, but family? Family is everything. They laugh about it now, calling it their Bonnie and Clyde moment gone wrong. John's design business is picking up, and they still enjoy the occasional croissant from Le Delice, now under new management, of course. Remember, folks, life is full of surprises. Hold your loved ones close, and always trust your gut. And if you ever think about pulling off a heist, maybe just bake some cookies instead.
Disclaimer: the crime stories shared on this channel are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Viewer discretion is advised, as the themes may still include sensitive or suspenseful content. Watch as I bring you thrilling tales well. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.